Hey, this is Toto Bravo. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you. You can see we got a little snow on the ground today. But in front of you here, we have our Tillotson 212 that you will have seen parts 1 and 2 videos of us removing this from the moto 212. And it was time to go ahead and rebuild it. So, we did that, obviously. You saw that video. We went to fire it up and we were having some issues at that point. We did a couple adjustments. We eventually got it running. The problem was, at the time, we had the newbie carb on here. And as I, off camera, was revving the engine, the end of the throttle cable that goes into the carburetor that moves the slide up and down, that was a piece that we had soldered on, and let that car go by. And that end that moves the round slide came off inside the carburetor. The carburetor then went into a really fast RPM, almost like elevated RPM range without me adjusting anything, so I'm assuming the part got stuck somewhere. So we shut the engine down, and I totally tore this engine in front of you down again. I didn't do it on camera, but I took it all apart again, disassembled everything, because my fear was that little soldered tip was ingested through the intake and might have gone in and fouled the engine somewhere on the inside. That was my concern. So we took the whole engine apart, everything, valves, springs, the whole top to bottom, took it all apart, looked everywhere. We didn't find any damage, any parts, so I'm assuming it's either still in the nibby carburetor or it was blown out, because we didn't have a filter on it at the time. So I haven't taken the nibby carburetor apart yet to look in there, but I have obviously rebuilt this entire engine again. Now, we did a couple changes on this. We put a newer valve cover on here. This engine has all new gaskets. All the gaskets involved with a rebuild, these are all new. So that's up front there. We replaced the Hut 265 cam with a Tillotson 225 RS racing cam, which is also a 265 lift cam. So that's what's in here now. We're using the Hut 265 for another build, and we'll do a video on that or talk about that build at another time. So this has a different cam in it. Everything else is as it was. Everything was inspected again. Everything was good to go. The ARC billet rod was good. The OEM piston and rings were good to go. It has the ARC flywheel, and it has the OEM springs in here, which is probably 22 or 26 pound, whatever Tillotson puts in here. I'm not sure. I lean more towards them being like 22 pound springs instead of 26s, but they might be 26s. I may be incorrect as far as that is concerned. So we put a different header on here, obviously. We're going to utilize the header that was on here for another project on the moto 212. And we put a PZ22 carb on here just for the time being, so we can test it out and see how it's running. So that brings you up to date on our Tillotson 212 rebuild. So let's go ahead and turn this over and see how she runs with the PZ22, number 1, and the Tillotson 225 RS race cam. So here we go. We don't have a kill switch, so when we do kill it, once it's running, we will do so based off of the spark plug. think we need to adjust the carb or the idle just a little bit there. Let's start it one more time just for we're not getting gas. Backfire. Let's take the air filter off, just for the time being. Put that over here. There, it's good and dry. What do you say? I think with this PZ22, it's too small of a carb for what we have going on here. I think that's the best tune you're going to get for that currently. So this is Toto Bravo. I hope you enjoyed the video on the Tillotson 212 from the Mega Moto 212 from Go Power Sports engine rebuild series. We're finally good to go with the engine now. And this engine will be on standby for a future project. So like, subscribe, give me some comments, tell me if I'm making some mistakes, but I truly believe that that PZ22 carb is just a little too small for what this engine is now currently putting out. Governor delete, billet rod, stock piston, billet flywheel, 22 or 26 pound springs, whatever comes from the factory, PZ22, and a header. So I think we're putting out, or asking too much of the PZ22. Anyways, put in your comments, let me know if you think that's true. And I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and until I see you in the garage again, thank you very much.